What's up, guys? It's Steve the Graphics Guy. Welcome back to the sign shop. Today we are making Kanban cards. Let's get into it. So if you go around my shop, I've got these Kanban cards, and really these are just the labels of where everything goes. So let me show you the actual Kanban cards, because that may be confusing. So that labels all the shelf stock and everything, but the real part of the Kanban card is over here. And so once the rolls that are over there get used, that is what triggers the Kanban. So we always have a full extra roll in stock for now. And then these ones also indicate where that roll sits. So it's really 3 cards to the system if you have backstock like I have here. What I'm doing today, I've had these ones over here, labeling some of these kind of extra rolls and, random things like transfer tape. But I've acquired all this 60-inch material that doesn't have a home in my stand because that's made for 54-inch. Yes, I could widen it, get longer poles, but 60-inch isn't as common. So when they're sitting over here, I just want them to be easily found and recognized for what they are. So I started making more of these, obviously just made out of corrugated plastic, and they sit in the rolls like you see over there. These are the 3 different pieces. So I need one of those, and then the backer, and that's what make these up. And for these, I just stick them together with some of this tape, which I'm out of and have to get more. But that's step 1. Step 2 was going through all those materials, seeing what I need to make cards for. I have plenty to cut out here. So I just started cutting them, laminating them, and I figured I'd make this video. So you'll see I've got some of the boxes labeled up here. Today I'm working on these other boxes, which are new to me. They just haven't gotten cards yet. These 3-inch tubes here in the middle. I have a giant roll of foam. I have this paper roll that needs a card. And some of these need cards too. This was my initial system, but we've since upgraded to the new system, which I like a lot more. So that's what I'm currently working on. All right, so I made this Excel spreadsheet quite a while ago. You can see some of these I entered. Well, it doesn't really matter, but I started somewhere back in 2025 probably, maybe earlier than that, but I made a bunch of new ones. And so I made these cards specifically for those, I think they're 3x5 laminating pouches. So this is the size that prints out. This actually folds to the back side of this one. And then I have the 2 different labels or cards for marking where the product goes, the extra stock on the shelf, and just 2 different locations. So things I have in here are the product name, the supplier part number, who I get the supplies from, the quantity that I want to order, the minimum inventory. Some are as needed, some are, whatever I need to keep in stock to make sure that my business can function. And then a lot of these things that you input up here auto go, there's probably a term for that, down to this bottom section. So whatever I put in up here goes to here, and then it also goes over to here. Same thing with the QR codes. I put the link for the supplier, and if there's a spec sheet, which that somehow got mislabeled, then I'll put the spec sheet one here too, just so that anyone can walk around the shop and, you know, add these items to the cart and then ultimately purchase them from the supplier. Or if they just want to know what this product is used for, they could see that it's used for short-term dry erase lamination, and that makes things easier for all the employees to just understand what every product is. So one thing I noticed is that any of these images that you put into this Excel doc, you want to have a specific folder that you put all of those into. I've found that if you don't do that, like if you save them to your desktop and then delete them, I found that over time they just decide to vanish from your Excel document. There may be a better way of doing that I don't know about, but for me, I put them all in one folder and it basically links them to that folder. And then that's how I do that. So you might be wondering, and you might know that there's online services for some of these things. There's different names out there. And I initially started with one of those in the free version, but I don't like to conform to someone else's product. And it's not that I don't like to, but a lot of times it just doesn't work for me. So I wanted something completely custom, so that's what I made. And right now that works for me. So that's the reason that I came up with my own and went that route. If you have any questions about Kanban cards, what they're used for, anything like that, drop a comment down below. Or if you have a better system that you think would work for me, let me know. I'm open to new ideas and stuff like that. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.